who here is still on their New Year's resolution? So this is what we're going to talk about. This is discipline is louder than motivation. Welcome to the new episode of Shattered Compass. Have you ever promised yourself you'd do something and then quietly you didn't? Not because you didn't want to, but because you just don't feel like doing it that day. If that's ever happened to you, stay with me because this episode might change how you handle those days. I've had mornings, when I woke up ready to conquer the world, okay? And then there are days that I woke up and then I look and I see this old laptop of mine where I'm gonna do my editing or whatever. And then I tell myself, okay, maybe this is a good day to become just a nobody and just lie down. Okay? So, but I still get up anyway. So let's be honest, okay? Everybody, let's be honest. We all negotiate with ourselves. So today, we're not talking about motivation, we're gonna talk about discipline. Because motivation feels good, but discipline builds your life. And then later in this episode, I'll share the mindset shift that helped me stop depending on feelings. So, there was a time I thought I needed to feel ready before I acted. Like ready to work, like ready to work out, ready to improve, ready to build. But life didn't wait for my feelings. When my situation slowed down, I realized something dangerous. If I waited for motivation, I would stay stuck. Guys, if lagi nyong hihintayin, if you always wait for uh, motivation, kung lagi nyo hintayin maging motivated, you will barely move. Halos hindi ka gagalaw. So, motivation waits, but discipline moves. So, here's something important, okay? So, there was a research in University College London. So, they found out that it takes about 66 days to build a habit. Not 21, 66. Okay? So without discipline, like your New Year's resolution that already ended by around January 20s, you need 66 days. So you said like January 1st, I'm gonna stop smoking. Around January 20s, you're back into it. I'm probably like stretching it, but yeah, you need 66 days to form that habit. Okay? So that means motivation alone isn't enough. Because motivation is emotional. Okay? It relies on your emotion. But discipline is structural. If you rely on your emotions, alone, you will quit before habit forms. And that's just not, that is not weakness, okay? That is just biology, guys. Why? Because emotion is tied with dopamine. It's the reward system, okay? So you want to like go to the gym because by the end of it, in like how many months, you will be rewarded with a good looking body, right? Like, well, going to the gym, probably it's not gonna be some, okay, some of us think like, okay, probably I I think I will see something good already changing in my body maybe in a week. 'Di ba? Medyo nagmamadali tayo pagka ganyan. So, um, that's that's what we're waiting for, the reward, okay? That's why we're doing it. That's why we get motivated, okay? So, habit take 66 days. So, you do not rise the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So that's according to James Clear. He's an author of, it's in his book, The Atomic Habits. So you do not rise to the level of your goals. So what is he saying? Like, because once we hit our goals, we often stop. Okay? That's why there are those who go back to smoking after a long time of stopping. Like, okay, I'll give you this story. This happened to me. Okay? I stopped smoking for 3 years before I went to Saudi Arabia. 3 years, guys. But when I got there, I was so lonely. I miss my kids. I miss my wife. I was really sad. I went back to smoking. Like, I was stressed and all that in the beginning of my year in Saudi. So I went back to smoking. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we think that we already hit the goal. I already had 3 years, I stopped. So I was probably thinking, oh yeah, it's like I could do this. So now I went back into it, you know? And there was this one time I remember my sisters, I started going to the gym and they were like, okay, but don't stop, okay? Because you'll get big. You will, what they mean is, tataba ka, sabi nilang ganun, if you stop. Why? Because it usually happens when somebody like goes to the gym, they hit their goals, like they see their bodies already. Oh, rep. Okay, I'm good. And then suddenly they stop, and because they already like big, they already eat so much just to get jacked. So, nagiging bilog, no? So, imbis na maraming cuts, nagiging bilog. Okay? Because they become bulk eaters already. Okay? So now, if someone is, if you're someone who struggles with consistency, this next part is you. Okay? So, that's when I stopped asking, do, do I feel like it? So I stopped asking that and started asking, is this part of who I want to become? Okay? Now, ask yourself that right now. Is this who I want to become? So, motivation says I'm inspired. Okay? But discipline says this is my standard. Okay? Standard don't depend on mood. It depends on commitment. Okay? So, ay yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na pinagkukumpara natin sila ngayon, disiplina, hindi yan emosyon, no? It doesn't depend on your mood. You'll just get up because you're disciplined. Okay? And then motivation is, I'll give you an example. Motivation is like this loud friend who hypes you up. But this disappears when it's time to work. Okay? Let's go back to my examples like sports because I'm just into sports, okay? So it's like in basketball again. It's like the crowd chanting MVP, no? MVP, MVP. So that they started chanting that when the star player is like being brought out of the game because it's already a blowout, or he's taking a free throw and the team is up, okay? They're winning. But when the team is losing, you don't hear that. Why? Like half are already worrying of the traffic when they leave the stadium with everybody. So they are on their way out, especially if there's no more chance, right? Even the star player is taking this free throw, you won't hear that MVP. Maybe you'll hear a little. Konti na lang, because half of the crowd is gone. Okay? So, discipline is the quiet one who shows up anyway. So, it's like the Miami fans, the Miami Heat fans who were left in the stadium when Ray Allen hit that three. Okay? So it's like the Chicago Bears fans who was still watching till the fourth quarter of their wild card game this past season with the Packers. Okay? They were down the whole game. But fourth quarter came back. So, or like Cowboys, 49ers fans, and other NFL team fans that are heartbroken every year but still shows up for their team. So that's what discipline is. It just shows up for you. Okay? Um, for younger viewers, okay? For if you're in your 20s, build discipline before ambition. Okay? Disiplina muna bago ambisyon. So why am I saying this? Ambition without discipline, it creates frustration. Okay? This is your ambition, but you don't discipline yourself, you just get frustrated. Frustrate ka lang. You won't reach it without discipline. Okay? Oh, mababa lang naman inambisyon ko eh. Okay, fine. But yeah, but discipline without ambition, it creates progress. Okay? So, example, you want to, okay, you want a good body. Let's go back to the gym. Like, you want a good body, that's your ambition. Okay? Let's just say, hindi mo inambisyon yun. You don't like it. That's not your goal. Okay? But you say, you tell yourself, okay, I'll discipline myself to do just 20 to 30-minute workouts every day. Okay? Just doing that, you'll see progress. Okay? You will see results. You'll see that ang ganda ng hinga mo. Okay? Your body starts showing results. You're getting your abs. Not because that's your goal, but you just discipline yourself to do the workout 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, right? So, discipline creates progress, okay? So, build discipline early. This is something that I wish I understood earlier, okay? So, guys, we don't need more motivation, okay? We need more structure. Because motivation starts things, but discipline is the one who sustains them, okay? It's the one who keeps you moving. Um, it it's like the engine, okay? Even when motivation fades, discipline keeps you going. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time on the next episode of Shattered Compass.